What's up, everybody? Coming at you today with a video on a very nuanced subject matter. I'm guessing 99% of you won't even have any idea kind of what I'm talking about, but if you are the type of person that's interested in discourse and conversations around spirituality, God, that kind of thing, then this subject matter could be for you. It's been something that's been on my mind lately, and I just wanted to share my thoughts. Maybe some of you may be interested in what I'm about to say, but before in the past, I was a little bit confused because I would watch a lot of content between atheists and theists. If you don't know what those words are, an atheist, well, what do you think that word means? Traditionally, atheists means somebody who doesn't believe in God. They say God does not exist. And a theist believes in God or says that God or gods exist. Now, the word atheist, the definition of that has changed. And that's one of the main things I want to cover today. Now, what I see get brought up a lot in these discussions is this burden of proof. So I was kind of like, why do they keep talking about the burden of proof and just kind of shifting it back and forth?
Make that same assumption that you do, then you shift the burden of proof to turn my lack of belief into a positive belief by accusing me of physicalism.
And it's more clear to me now. So essentially, whoever makes a claim bears the burden of proof. What does burden of proof mean? It means that you're obligated to give evidence on your claim. So for example, if I say, hey, it's raining outside, let's just say for some reason we can't confirm and look outside and know for sure if it's raining. But let's say I make a claim, it's raining outside. The burden of proof is on me, so I have to provide evidence on why I think it's raining outside. If somebody else says it is not raining outside, they made the claim, the burden of proof is now on them. Are you following me? I know, like I say, it's pretty nuanced. But what I see over and over in these discussions lately between atheists and theists is the atheist will say, I'm not making a claim. I'm not saying that God doesn't exist. I'm simply saying that I lack a belief in God.
Atheism is simply saying God is not guilty of existing. It's not the same thing as saying God does not exist.
And that's the new definition now of atheist, is a lack of a belief in God. Now, why is this important? It's important because it's much easier to shoot down a claim than it is to make claims for yourself. Or maybe I should say provide evidence for claims. Now, to go to the example that I gave, it's raining outside. Let's say I say it's raining outside. So now the burden of proof is on me. So I have to provide some kind of evidence. So let's just say I say, well, you know what? When I see people walk in the door, I see that their shoulders are wet, their top of their head is wet. I can infer that it's probably raining. I hear what seems like rain on the roof. That leads me to believe that it's raining. From time to time, I hear thunder. Where there's thunder, there's clouds. Where there's clouds, there's probably rain. Those three things leads me to the conclusion that it's raining. Okay? Now, the thing is, giving evidence for your position is a little bit more tricky. Now, if you have the position of just hearing somebody's evidence, you could always just come up with alternate explanations to disregard what they say. So somebody could say, well, the water on the shoulder and on the head is probably there's sprinklers outside. And what you think you hear is rain, it's probably just birds walking around on the roof. And that sound that you think is thunder, that's just electrical transformers just blowing up from time to time around your house. So, of course, I don't think it's good to do that. I don't think that that's good practice if we're really trying to get to truth. But it's easy just to throw out alternate explanations, like I said, of what's possible. But it's not about what's possible. It's about what's more plausible. It's about what's more reasonable. Now, again, to go back to discourse, atheists will say right out the gate, I'm not making a claim, I just lack a belief in God. So the burden of proof is on you. So they shove all the burden of proof onto the theist, right? So then the theist goes over all of their evidence after evidence after evidence, and then they say, no, 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 no. And they just come up with alternate explanations, like I said over here, which is very easy to do. Anybody can do that. So if you are an atheist, right, and you truly just don't know, right? You're not sure, you lack a belief in God. If that's your position, just consider saying that you're agnostic, or just say you don't know. But don't come in with this stance that God doesn't exist and then use words to kind of shift around so that way you can just throw the burden of proof onto somebody else. And if you're a theist and you like having these conversations, or you found yourself in a conversation with somebody and they do something like that, something that you can do that I feel like kind of sheds some light on the situation is you can just kind of flip the script. You can say, I'm a theist. And they'll say, oh, so you believe in God. What evidence do you have? And you say, no, 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 no. It's not that I believe in God. I just lack a belief that there is no God. You see? And of course, this is just trying to shed some light on some things. I'm not saying to really use that, because I don't think it's good just to keep shifting the burden of proof. But like I say, this is real nuanced conversation. If you are kind of into that thing like I am, just be aware of it, whether you're an atheist or whether you're a theist. And I think that by being aware of that, we can have better discourse and get farther in our conversations at arriving at truth. That's it for the video, guys. God bless you all. Peace.